So as some of you might know, Nintendo just announced the new PlayStation All-Stars game for the Nintendo Switch, and with all these character speculation videos, I'd like to share my top picks for newcomers for this new title.
It's happening! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
Alright, for number 5, I've decided to include a character that will most likely not be added. That character is, of course, from Fire Emblem Warriors, the Nohrian princess herself, Camilla. I really enjoy her playstyle, flying through the battlefield and smashing through hordes of enemies with the giant axe. I could see the reasoning behind people not wanting her in Smash though, the most notable reason being that there's already too many Fire Emblem characters, but just think about it, do we really need Lucina? If added to Smash, Camilla would be the very first axe wielder from Fire Emblem to make it into the game, which would surely be a nice deviation from all the sword characters that are in the game.
It's happening! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
For number 4, I've chosen the destroyer of redheads herself, the bewitching beauty Camilla from Nintendo's mobile game Fire Emblem Heroes. It took me quite a while to summon Camilla, only getting her during the first round of the Wyvern Riders vs Pegasus Knights voting gauntlet, which she won quite commandingly. She's my most used unit in Heroes, and I'm able to use her not only as a strong defense tank, but also a resistance tank who can at the same time dish out real damage. I think the idea of Camilla being a merciless juggernaut would transition over nicely to Smash Bros, and she'd make a fun character to play.
It's happening! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
Because many people in the Smash community are longing for more villains to be added to the game, I've decided to include my favorite villain from any game that I've ever played. For number 3, I've chosen the very person who keeps Hoshidans awake at night, trembling in fear. That is, obviously, King Garen, his daughter Camilla. For those who chose the wrong option in Chapter 6 and plays with a Birthright campaign, Camilla was a boss first fought in Chapter 13 and later in Chapter 23. After defeating Chapter 23, she realizes that she was wrong in thinking that Corrin was stolen from her, and after the end of the game, she gains the right to inherit the Crown of Nor, but instead gives the power over to her younger brother Leo. If in Smash, she could be portrayed as a soldier who carries out her mission no matter the cost.
It's happening! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
During my first playthrough of Fates, I was smart enough to make the correct decision in Chapter 6, which set me on the North campaign. It was a pretty smooth journey up until Chapter 10. The chapter would have been nearly impossible if it weren't for this one character. That character takes up my number 2 spot and is none other than Camilla. In Smash, Camilla would be similar to a unit in Fire Emblem, being a physical powerhouse who is also somewhat durable when it comes to taking hits. Her axe skills would allow her to make broad and long-range attacks and shred their enemies, similar to her character in Fates.
That's all we needed! Oh my god!
Before we hit the number 1 spot, I'd like to go over some characters that barely missed the top 5. Drake and Josh. Even though Drake and Josh never got a sequel, the game was a huge critical success and is widely considered a classic. This duo barely missed the list. Mr. Ratatouille. This character would have been a perfect fit in this game, but unfortunately, he's already featured in Smash Bros. Biggest competitor, Riot Game. Goku. Everybody would love Goku to be in the game, so there isn't much to say here. Urkel's shirt. I wanted this list to include more unlikely characters, so Urkel's shirt felt too much like a sure shot when it came to Smash newcomers.
It's happening! Nigga, it's happening! Oh my god!
For my number 1, I've decided to pick someone who means a whole lot to me, someone who I call my second favorite female video game character of all time. The person's Alamac. Camilla. Yeah, Camilla. In pretty much every playthrough of Revelations, she ends up being either my strongest or second strongest unit, under Corrin usually. And I imagine that she would have a fun playstyle in Smash Bros. That would encapsulate her merciless actions on the field of battle. Imagine that an axe fighter in Smash would be similar to a sword fighter, but with a shorter range and more speed and damage. However unlikely it is to see Camilla in Smash, I feel like she would be a fun character and would make a better slot than another Marth clone. Well, those are my top picks for newcomers at Smash Bros. For the Switch. Please subscribe, comment, and rate 5 stars for more content.